Tony, it's John. I'm back in the camper van after uh, 2 different trips to the local OXO store. Here's the harbor. Yeah, I said I'd explain to you how my day has been so crazy. It all boils down to addiction. And I think so many human problems have one kind or another addiction. I'm an Enneagram 7, the enthusiast. I dance on top of the pain of life. Well, I've pretty well rectified that. 30 years of being absolutely flattened and suicidal got me through most of that. Yeah, so Enneagram 7, they say polyaddictive. Not likely to get hooked on any one thing like alcohol or drugs because it would be boring, but go back and forth between lots of different addictions and will choose whatever is handy. And in a pinch, if work is interesting, we'll get addicted to work, and I sure did that at AT&T, where I worked so hard that I wouldn't even schedule anything on the weekend. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
No, that's item number 1. It's romance. Romance and sex. Love first and then sex. But that's my thing. That's my final huge addiction. You've heard me refer to drying out. I ran from this area down here by the Navy base and by the OXO store back 2 blocks in that direction because of women who are driving me crazy down here, in particular little Mari, M-A-R-I, and the hotel behind me is the Mari Tierra, and I keep saying she's Mari Tierra of the earth, Mari of the earth, and she is pretty earthy. She's all of 21, funny as can be, knocked me out. The first time I saw her in the store, they were teasing her about her sugar addiction, and I'm over all my sweets. I used to be Mr. Sweets, but I still am addicted to sweet drinks. I will drink just regular water only in a pinch. Otherwise, it's things like this sangria is delicious. That was the first soda I bought in Mexico. Yeah, sweet drinks and sugar. I've just got a huge bag of sugar over there because I go through it fast. Yeah. My blue magnolia drink that I created in Appalachia is because I really wanted to open a dance hall and bar up there. It was, for many months, that was my thing. In Burnsville, which is just an hour up from Asheville. And it's got a lot of prosperous people moving in there, but they don't dance. And yeah, I went through the whole thing. There actually was a brew pub there, but nobody danced. And I got thrown out of there for dancing because I made people uncomfortable. Yeah. So blue magnolia is water, preferably carbonated effervescent water, and sugar, and apple cider vinegar. And it's a pretty damn good drink. And you can do it neat or with alcohol. It's even better with a little alcohol. And that was gonna be the signature drink for my dance hall, which is gonna be Dr. Footloose. Dr. Footloose has been my handle a lot. But my first romance, so back to the beginning, a mother who was non-touch, Irish Catholic, didn't touch us, adored me, but said, "You are a prince, you could do anything you want to do." I came along 9 years into the marriage, I was the little prince, and you're a total disappointment to me because you're not living out the life I want you to live, like becoming a doctor. I just became a clinical psychologist. At the very end of her life, she loved hugs. But as kids, no. She would scratch our backs. That was the one kind of touch we got. We'd sit and watch TV and she'd scratch our backs. So then I married a woman much like her, so much like her, Sandy. What hooked me about her was she was spontaneously affectionate. She would touch me. And I thought, this is a dream. But she actually turned out to have total problems expressing anger would never express anger, would pull away for months at a time, and we sure didn't have sex. We had lousy sex, very, very rarely. Occasionally great, but very rarely. And really only when we were by the ocean. That was the last good sex we had. We went to Cape Hatteras and camped on the beach, and we're in the sand and the water and sleeping on the beach in our tent. And I always said we fucked like pagans for that week. And then I think literally never again. And then Jennifer, the love of my adult life, you could possibly have met her at the party you came to. Only at if it was my 50th birthday, we were already over. And Jennifer was spectacular, brilliant, tall, lean, gorgeous, funny, very accomplished, a trainer of Hakomi. Yeah. And literally frigid, non-orgasmic. The only way she could have an orgasm, she was so controlling. She was an Enneagram 1, which is the control freaks. And literally the only way she ever had an orgasm in our 4 years together, which was probably all of 3 or 4 times, was to give it to herself in my presence. Yeah. So much. And then I totally fell for Kate. Now this is crazy. Kate was in once a month, every Saturday, I'd go up to Milwaukee for a sex abuse recovery group. And I met Kate in the sex abuse. Come on. You know it's doomed. You know it's doomed. But I developed a huge crush on her. And I said, no, she's too young, and look how we're meeting. But she came on to me. Because we were staying in touch, we'd exchange messages, I guess emails back then. And she wrote me one after I had broken up with Jennifer, and I was living in the basement of our little house in the southwest corner of Evanston, where we were living, just for a couple weeks until I could get myself an apartment. And I got a postal letter from Kate. And I was in the basement, and the letter said, "Now that I know that you're definitely done with Jennifer, I want my turn, because I think you could be good for me sexually." And so I was standing in the basement, and I flopped on the sofa and said, "Thank you, Jesus." Well, it didn't go well. I mean, it was spectacular because she actually would respond to touch. She was hot, she was hungry for it, but she was a super damaged, super neurotic Irish Catholic. And we never had intercourse, no, because she was full of triggers from her dad having sexually molested her. So we never had intercourse, couldn't kiss. We did give each other orgasms. She gave me at least one hand job that I remember, and I gave her some oral sex that sent her over the moon in a little hotel room on North Michigan in the Christmas holidays. And she came for, I think, 5 minutes. And I was good at giving people oral sex. But, you know, that whole Cadillac period, the golden period from 32 at my divorce to 42 when I got diagnosed, when I had good relationships, I don't remember the sex. I cannot remember what went on. And it was because I was functioning over the top of my sex abuse memories, which hadn't come out yet. So sex was really traumatizing for me. I performed great. I'd have orgasms, but I absolutely cannot remember any of it, the actual act. So in El Diamante, absent dogs, and what I got was God took the dogs away from me because they have been my primary, mostly Magic, first Poncho and then Magic. They were my primary relationships, and everybody knew it. Everywhere, if I introduced myself, I'd say we. It was always we, and they'd assume I have a partner, and I kind of did. And I worked a lot of that through and got it that I am good. When Poncho died, the real crisis around my grieving was, if I don't have someone to take care of, if I don't have a being that I'm making happy, because the deal with my mom was I was supposed to make her happy, and she was depressed. She was depressed because she hated her husband, and he was a total alcoholic, good man, but totally passive and withdrawn. And he didn't touch us either. So that's part of my wounding around touch. God, when I watch the parents here in Mexico and all the touch kids get, I'd go woozy. And I said, my one big video for the quinceañera party in Spanish, I said in it, if I had had an uprearing like you did to the Triana Morevi, the 15-year-old, her parents were so lavish, both parents were touching those two girls, I would probably be a lot less annoying now. I'd be a less annoying person. And probably less annoying to myself. So, Mari over here. So I went up to Boca Del Rio really to get away from her, because I was obsessed with her. And it seemed obvious that she flirted with me and she was fun. She's really a pistol. But I knew nothing was going to happen. So I'm back down here now and I'm way into it. She's way more available. She's flirting like crazy with me now. Yesterday she wrote and said, yeah, I actually do want to go dancing this weekend, and let me check my schedule. And Brandon, her colleague, was going to come along, but I said, if you need him there for comfort, great. But if not, it's going to be easier to do our schedules if it's just you and I. And she said, let me check my schedule. So what made today so crazy was a bunch of things. My car's broken down again. I have been so broke for a week that I've been eating cheese and crackers for a week, mostly. And I got my money finally yesterday, but didn't manage to get my hands on it. I took a late nap, and by the time I woke up, it was the night shift, and neither of the OXXO stations will do they won't do any kind of MoneyGram during the night shift. So today I went back to the OXXO, and Mari was there, and we were jamming, and she helped me get my MoneyGram through, and she was a rock star. So I just, even before making this video for you, I sent 2 notes to her that I actually had written during the day, but had no Wi-Fi to send them. And it was, first one was affirming her work, love first. And she's so good with people, one after another, and she's really good at multitasking. And she really rocked it on the MoneyGram, because these cashiers at OXXO stations don't do many of them, and they fumble. But she did I had Lee send me a 50, 100, and then one big one. And she did the 50 with help from her boss, who she gets along with great, and he's a really cute, fun guy. And she said, let's do the second one. I said, look, there's a line here. And she says, come on, I'm on a roll, let's do this. So she got me a lot of pesos, 150 in American, is a lot of pesos. So I sent her one WhatsApp saying how good she was, and the second one was saying, so what's the deal? Do you want to... I'm like hungry to get out of here. And my current thing is on Sunday, I am going to go to Orizaba for a month and then come back and take off for the Yucatan. But I said to her, if you can't do it this weekend, I'm liking you so much that I would stick around and do it next weekend. And I am obsessed with fantasies about what it could be like. And I bet she's hot. I bet she's really built, and she's very cute. And sassy and fun, and she likes me, and we jam with each other. But really, I doubt it. Mostly, I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. Almost positive it's not going to happen. Yeah. But hon, I haven't had sex for 26 years. Something like that, right around there. Not since the last time Jennifer and I did it. I haven't had intercourse. And it just seems like it's getting closer and closer, but every interaction, it always turns out that at the last minute I'll say, this isn't what she wants. No, she's wanting to set boundaries, or she's wanting something else. And I had the craziness with Marielle, who was on a 1-year, at 3 months left on her 1-year celibacy break. And Irene in Jalapa, who got money from her aunt to get an apartment for me. But I realized, no, she's not going to have sex. She's going to shape me up. And if we get married or commit with each other at some point way down the road, then maybe, probably with her. With Marielle, I'm not sure she ever will be able to have sex again. She's so about boundaries and so angry still at men. So that's what my day has been like. And that's why much as I had you on my mind so much this morning, I'm going to do it. But my phone was running out of battery because the battery is dead on the car and can't charge the phone, so I never had charge on my phone. Yeah, so that's the deal. 16-minute video, sorry about that. There's 2 videos up right now which are short. No, one is up. No, I think they're both up. No, one is up and the other one's gonna go up. About all the high school girls coming into the OXO store over there. There's a high school right across the street. And they're funny. And I say, so why am I so hung up on high school girls? Well, in high school I was in the seminary and didn't date until I got to college. And I'm helpless. I'm helpless. I really have an internalized thing where I almost certainly would not do it with high school. And I say in there, the beauty that kids wear uniforms in Mexico in elementary and secondary is that I see those school skirts and I go, too young, it's a tip-off. No, don't go there. And you can watch me in the video go, yeah, but oh, baby. And then the second video that's not up yet is I'm graduating. I say, I've grown up as we speak here because now I'm hot for the yummy mommies. Oh, look at that woman. And then 2 nurses came through and I said, look, I'm growing up, but not really at all. Oh, fuck, I'm fucked. So I don't seem able to make it. Hopefully, if I hit the road, if I go to Orizaba, maybe I'll dry out. We'll see. Your friend, flawed as he is, Bodhisattva, having woken up, I think literally I did wake up, but God is squeezing out of me the last little bit of addiction. Because I made videos last week where I was saying, how is it possible that I have all these spiritual experiences and I still end up lonely and wanting a girlfriend? Well, partly I just really do. I really do want to remember what it's like to touch a female. Marielle let me rub her back, and that was hot. She had a great body. She let me rub her naked back for a while. And when I said, well, maybe you might want to do it with me, and she went, ooh, no, why would I want to do that? And it was like perfect. I think maybe you laughed as she was saying it. Okay, signing off. Bye.